All right, so boom. This is my first time, right? Actually, I gotta go back. So now the last event was successful, and that was Poetic Justice, right? But I told y'all about my car accident that had happened a year before, August 22, when everybody turned on me and all that. Hey, we ain't gonna get into all that all over again. You can watch the previous episodes. But while I was healing from my car accident and learning how to walk again, I was down from like August of 2022 all the way through December 2022. I started working again in December or January, like around that time. No, December. And I started working again. You know what I'm saying? I was walking again and I wasn't walking all 7 days of the week, but I was walking at least five, which was not bad. I just needed 2 days of recovery. You know what I'm saying? So um but during that time period that I was in bed, I had nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Times when I couldn't walk. So I started battling in the Twitter spaces with my guys and I battled everybody and their mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then this tournament called Terraform, which was like a tournament where a bunch of space battlers battled in it. I can't remember if it was Terraform 2 or 3. No, it had to be 2. I'm gonna say Terraform 2. Yeah, Terraform 2, because I had a Terraform 2 bar. Okay, so we all into this tournament. I was battling under the name Murder Death Kill. Uh, that was like the have you ever seen Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone and Sandra Bullock? Dope throwback movie. But I got the concept of that name from there. Murder, Death, Kill. So I was battling under MDK, and I was battling mad people. I got some wins. I got some losses too, but I got some good wins. You know what I'm saying? So I joined the tournament because basically I was on bed rest. Couldn't do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So even after after learning how to walk again, pardon me, after being able to walk again, I still kept space battling, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a good way to keep my pen sharp, and it was a lot of fun, you know what I'm saying? So, I entered into the Terraform tournament, and before the tournament, I had been rapping, like, basically, I had been, like, exposing people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was, like, my rap style was, like, "Oh, you got a big nose," it was, like, real angle heavy rap style, right? And I realized, look, if I was gonna develop in any way, if I was gonna grow my style, I'd have to incorporate punching into my style. So I sat with Dice and we talked about it for a while, and he kind of helped me understand like punch format, and he'd help me with concepts and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, I get it. Like I understand how to do this now. Like, okay. So I switched up my style. I added punching. I became an angle puncher. You know what I'm saying? So I was battling everybody. There's two reasons why I battled in the Twitter spaces. The first reason was um one thing I learned from a previous job a while back is like if you want to lead people, like they got to see you doing the thing you're leading them with. You know what I'm saying? So like when I became a manager at the hotel, I would work shifts with my employees to show them like, yo, I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just here to boss y'all around. I could do the job too. So that always stayed with me as a lesson in corporate that I applied to sponsorship. Where it's like I can't just guide these space battlers. I got to show them that I can do it too. I can space battle as well. So I feel like I developed a prominent name. I think I got some good battles under my belt. You know what I'm saying? And so I entered this Terraform tournament, and there was this dude that was creating opportunities for space battlers. His name was Lex, and he owned a league called iBattle. And Lex was very supportive of the space battlers. I didn't know how supportive at the time, but he was very supportive. And eventually he reached out or I reached out to him. I don't know how it went, but we started talking. You know what I'm saying? And he was supportive of what I was doing. He always words of encouragement, like positive dude. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, yo, I see you trying to sponsor. I see what you did in the spaces. Good luck doing that live. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember how we first started talking, but all I can tell you is Lex has been a tremendous support since I started. Like Lex is such a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. Everybody has their flaws and mistakes that they've made. That's cool, whatever. But in terms of interpersonal relationships, Lex knows how to maintain those, and he's very supportive and a great resource. I could ask Lex for support with anything. So he was like, "Yo, join the tournament. Murder, Death, Kill, join the Terraform 2 tournament." So I was like, "All right, bet." And after my talks with Dice and like understanding how I need to develop my sound to like I could still do the angling, but I had to angle punch with it. So it wasn't just a bunch of rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that's how I learned the difference between battling and rapping. So, like, as y'all see, Dice is such a pivotal part of me developing my brand as a battler, my brand as a sponsor. Like, he been there from the inception, you know what I'm saying? And I told y'all around this time I was getting my life back together. I got a new job. I started back sponsoring. I had my first live battle that I failed to sponsor my first live event where only one battle got released to YouTube, but I didn't let it distract me. And the successful space event, Poetic Justice had gone down as well. So I was, bouncing back, just fixing my mistakes. So I entered the Terraform tournament, and the first person I battled was NOTR. Big pardon me. Salute NOTR. We battled, and I got the judge win. And people hadn't heard this adjustment in my style until the tournament, because I kept it low key, so they were expecting like an angle heavy. But when I came out the gate punching, and yo, I was wilding. You could look at MDK versus NOTR on YouTube, and you could go watch that. You know what I'm saying? I did my numbers. MDK, I created a YouTube channel for MDK Battle Rap. So if you ever want to watch MDK battles, they're uploaded up there. But anyway, so I won the NOTR battle, and everybody was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And Terraform 2 was so much fun because it was so competitive. Like, Big Wock was in there, Tekato was in there, I was in there, NOTR was in there. It was so many people in the tournament. Eugene, it was so fun. It was just fun because it was like, yo, we was all just in there just rapping for the competition, for the love of rapping and just battling, and just it was fun. That's the thing I miss most about Spaces, was it was fun. It was never about all this exposing and like negativity, and we was just having fun and being competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like, any lyrical exposing that happened was in bars, like, "Oh, you got big nose," or whatever. You know what I mean? We was just having fun. And that's why I don't really tap into Spaces battle rap much anymore, because it just seems less fun and more drama. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so round one, I got NOTR out of there. Then I battled a dude named Vinny Vintage. Salute to him. I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared, but I won the second, and it started looking like I could really I could really, you know what I'm saying, be a contender in the tournament. And the one person I was gunning for was Big Walk. Like, I wanted to battle Walk so bad, because I thought he was dope. I thought Walk was dope. And like, it was like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was just like he and I hadn't battled yet, and he was beating a lot of other people, and I was just like, "Yo, you're not gonna do that to me." And in my head, I was just like, "I'm gonna find a way to angle punch Big Walk to death, and it's gonna be crazy." I had like all these like ideas, you know what I mean? Um, then I ran into Purely Deaf. Purely Deaf is a dope talent at iBattle, really incredible talent. He's an angle puncher too, and he's lethal, and he's deaf. So imagine having to tell the homies that you lost a battle to a deaf person who, in an audio only battle. Like, that's so funny. But please check out Purely Deaf at iBattle. He is so dope. I was actually in the hospital writing my rounds for Purely Deaf. Like, and I was so frustrated. And if there's any like slight experience I can compare, is like, when you're a battler and it's like everything goes wrong before the battle, but you still got to show up anyway. Pardon me. And before the battle, based off everything going on, you about to lose this battle, but you got to show up anyway and do what you can. So like, I had some dope concepts that I had written down, but like my round was not together. Like, I had been in the hospital. I had just like I had to go back to hospital. I can't remember what I had gone back for, but I'm pretty sure it's because I wasn't able to. There was some issue with my walking, and it had got an extreme. And they had told me anytime it got extreme, you come back and we give you a shot, and then we get you back right. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like, I think I went to go get like a steroid shot or something, and I was just recovering, and I just was not at my best. I didn't get a chance to finish the round. Like, the second half of my round, I wrote it like I wrote it in like, like right before the battle. It was just so sloppy, and I was so mad because it's like Purely Death was so fire, and it like I had so many creative ideas I didn't get to flesh out before the battle. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I lost to Purely Death. You know what I'm saying? But my guy Tekato, big salute, Tekato back. He was able to avenge me and beat. Tekato was my man. I fuck with Tekato. He was a really dope Discord battler, and I wish he battled more because I feel like he would have had a great future. In battle rap if he had chose to battle more consistently. But the finals ended up being Tekato and Big Walk, who I, pardon me, who I still might battle one day. Big Walk, stay dangerous, nigga. I still might battle you. Big Walk is doing amazing things on TikTok, super viral. Also, live, he does music. Molly Music, I think is his name. Super dope artist, doing a lot of great things, like really touring and like really major moves, like outside of the battle rap culture. So it's like big salute to him. But in terms of just Spaces battle rap, I'm still mad that I didn't get my Big Walk battle. I knew that if I had beat Purely Dev, I was gonna see either him or Tekato, and would have been such a dope experience because I think those would have been big challenges for me. But salute to Purely Dev, got the win. Salute to him. Then he lost to Tekato, and so the finals ended up being Tekato versus Big Wock. And I always promised myself, even though a lot of the previous spaces people turned on me after my car accident, I always promised myself, no matter how much live sponsoring I do, I need to make sure that I'm always tapping in with my base. And my base is Twitter Space Battlers. That's where I started with. You know what I'm saying? I started my whole journey with Twitter Space Battlers. So I had to make sure I always tapped in with them. So when they announced the finals for Terraform 2 was Big Walk versus Tekato, I had to make sure that I put money on the floor to make it a little bit more competitive, as I did in the spaces. And let me just double check because I always forget how much I put on the floor. So let me go to that. Hold up, hold up. iBattle. This was my first time working with iBattle, and I put okay, so it's 500. So I put $500 on the floor, and at that time, and to this day, that's still a lot of money. But normally it's 1,000 that I put on the floor. But at that time, I hadn't gotten into the bags that I started getting. But 500 was definitely a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot because I had just gotten this new job and everything, but I had to always make sure that I support my spaces guys. So Tekato and Big Walk battled. It was a dope battle. You know, Tekato won the money on the floor, but Big Walk, one of the most memorable moments of the battle, he actually does a TikTok while he's battling Tekato. They were just both so dope. It was so dope to see space battlers do their thing on iBattle. It was great to work with Lex. Lex was so accommodating, so supportive. It was my first time working with iBattle. And you know, it was just a really dope experience. So I want to salute Takato, I want to salute Big Walk, I want to salute Lex. Make sure y'all go check out that battle, Takato versus Big Walk. That was my first money on the floor live experience. And it was a lot of fun, great battle. And yeah, man, that was my first time working with iBattle. And I got so many dope iBattle stories for y'all, but big salute to Lex, man. He's been such a support throughout these years, but we've it's been 3 years, man. We worked on a few battles together. I want to say like 8 battles total. It's been a great journey. Big salute to the iBattle brand. They did so much for space battle rappers. I had to make sure that I come and support. You know what I'm saying? But the very first collaboration was Tekato versus Big Walk. Salute to Tekato for winning. Salute to Big Walk for having incredible moments throughout the battle. And y'all know we the fans is for the culture. I think the next conversation we're gonna talk about. I don't want to. Oh yeah, Tay Rock versus Cuban. It's one of my favorite stories to tell. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next episode. Appreciate y'all for tuning into the sponsors journey. I gotta make this an audio book or something.